Hi there. I have a pottery launch to do today, and as you can see, it is another biggie. So I'm gonna try and keep it under half an hour. And for that reason, I'll try and run through them quickly. There won't be any prices on this video. They'll all be in the email. To get on my email list, you can check out the link in the under the video. So I'm Margot Soltis, and I'm from Barn Swallow Corner Studio. I'm a full-time artist, and I do pottery and paintings, but mostly pottery because it consumes me. Anyway, there's a bunch of different things that I have to offer in this launch, and so I'm gonna do it in small clips and see if I can edit them together. It's the same day, so one day I'll do something live, but I'm kind of chicken to do it because we used to have slow internet and now we don't. So, okay, firstly, we have, as promised, Arama. I wanted to, there's lots of people at this time of year who are looking for noodle bowls. And so I did a bunch of those. They'll be the last ones I offer until, there'll be another batch before Christmas, but for this sake, this is it. So if you see something you like, you can order through my email, which I will also provide in the comments. If you're looking at this in 2025, likely this stuff will all be gone. Okay, so I'm gonna start with the noodle bowls. So there's a couple of new things. One is that I decided to do it in this is actually brand new. The glaze combination is not, it's tangerine skies I've settled on, but I did some fun things on this one. They have the classic holes and little cradle, so that I'm gonna call these my classic ones. They're nice size for ramen, as you can see, and they come with the chopsticks. So there are, of the kind that are classic, there are two. There's the other one, it does not have those circles on it. And then I'm gonna call this, I don't know, side by, where I've got two divots. Because there are some people who say, well, those holes make the level of soup be lower. So there's lots of people who say they love the holes and they like the uniqueness of that, but there are options. There's other options. So I have fun splattering those. And then of the black drippy, I see I've left little white bits on here, and that's from grinding the bottoms. And it's just a little bit of a powder. Anyway, this is a juicy, I call it juicy. It's black, a metallic black, and dipped in this other glaze, and you can really see what happens. Sorry about the ring light, but I need it to show the color. So you can really see what happens in the kiln. It burbles away the black, burbles through this glaze. I just love it. But I can't use this glaze just by itself, because the turquoise, because it drips onto my kiln shelves. So there are three of the juicy in the classic, and two of the side by with the two divots rather than the divot rather than the holes. So that's that. And then I was playing with some colors. So I have a color called Floating Blue, which is just, I'll show you quickly. That's what it often will look like. Or this, that's a better example. And so I used a white, which also misbehaves sometimes, but with Floating Blue, it doesn't seem to. So I've got a classic, look at the drips in that. Floating Blue, I don't know what I should call this one. Just Floating Blue's drippy, maybe. And that's the classic. Both of the Floating Blues, which I don't promise that they will nestle. I make every piece individually. I don't measure when I finish the bowl. One might be wider, one might be narrower, no promises. So this one is a little wider and a little shorter than the other. Also with floating blue, you get this delicious, it's called breaking, it breaks brown on the edge. So that drippy floating blue, there's 2 of those in classic. And then we have our juicy, I have soup bowls. So there are 4 of the juicy soup bowls. And there are 2 of the tangerine skies soup bowls. 1 little tangerine sky bowl. I think this, I'm not going to tell people what they have to put in their pottery, but I'm thinking for October, we're at the end of October, we're getting into November, we're thinking foodies. So anybody who invites people to their places to celebrate for anything, this, it was intended for that. Bowls. These are bowls that are bigger than what my neighbor at the Bountiful Farmers Market buys for her charcuterie jams, but they will suffice for that kind of thing. So there's 3 floating blues and 1 tangerine sky little guy. I'm not selling them as a set. They're just individual little serving bowls or nuts. At night, I like to have some peanuts or something, some little snack. Now these are, I'm going to consider these bowls even though they're unto themselves. I have a video, I'll try and attach it to this, of these. They're hilarious. My mom has one. I don't know where she got it from, but I got the idea from her. So these little guys are egg separating cups. You hold it over the bowl. Yeah, well, you can see the video. It's very funny. So there, and floating blue. Blue mist is the color that this color. There's 1 white, 1 looks like he has a mask on, juicy. Oh, there's 2 floating, or 2 blue mist, sorry, and 1 tangerine sky. And so to continue the Bowl-orama, we have, oh, I should have put it way in the back. We have a berry bowl and a plate to go with because I like to rinse my berries. It's a pretty bowl, so I want to have it on the table. After I finish letting it drip, it can go on the plate and you won't have drips on your table. And last but not least is a bowl that is, I want to find a name for this. Maybe you could make some suggestions in the comments. For now, it's like a turquoisey and green, I'm going to say. But that combination, it happened with white and spearmint. So the white I have right now and spearmint behave like that. And it's just a one-off. It doesn't have a specific size. Now I'm going to show you a couple of altered bowls. So this one is floating blue, and it's got a leaf motif on it that I did with resist. So that's kind of bare clay. Looks like it vitrified in comparison to the bottom. So there was glaze on there, and I wiped it back to have that leaf pattern. And I've altered the shape. So you've got this 1, 2, 3, 4 little divots. Nice bowl for serving, or maybe that's your snack size. And then even more so is the black altered bowl. And I'm experimenting because I've got northern lights, something coming with northern lights. So this is how wanted to see how the white and black, if they did indeed, I thought I remembered them to be sort of a look that could represent northern lights. So I have a collection coming that, look at inside. See how, I think that looks like northern lights. Okay, that's it for the bowls, so I will stop and get closer.